Hi everyone, welcome to JavaTechie. Being a developer, we usually write the code, but that is not something enough. Apart from that, you also need to document APIs with sequence diagram. And we know that sequence diagram are incredibly powerful for visualizing and understanding runtime behaviors. And to generate sequence diagram, you need to manually inspecting the code or debugging a system, which is really a painful job for a developer, isn't it? So in this tutorial, I will guide you one interesting plugin who will help you to generate detailed sequence diagram for your application irrespective of any language. So without any further delay, let's get started. So if you want to know more about this AppMap, then you can visit the official page appmap.io, and you can see here there are four key factors. Map, which is nothing, it will generate the sequence diagram. Analyze your code to find out any code smell or bug or high vulnerability. And share is nothing, you can generate the open API documentation using this AppMap. And repeat is nothing, you can perform the CI/CD and validate your code before moving it to the production. All the four features you can achieve using this AppMap. But in today, I will focus on how you can generate the sequence diagram and how you can record the flow of your API. Okay, so these are two key aspect from the AppMap when they introduced. So let's give a try with this feature. Before that, you can see here, right? This AppMap is only available for JetBrains, which is your IntelliJ idea, and Visual Studio Code. For any other ID, still this plugin is not available. So make sure to use any of these two ID to verify or to test the feature from AppMap. And also make sure that you are using the latest version of IntelliJ IDEA. If you are using something 2021 version of IntelliJ IDE, then it might not work. So try upgrading it or just download a new version and play with it. Okay. So let me go to the IntelliJ IDEA. So if you observe, I am taking one existing employee service project where I perform the CRUD operation using the employee object, and this is what the controller class. If you see here, we are saving the employee, we are getting the employee by ID, we are deleting the employee, and we are fetching all the employee, and we are updating the employee. Okay, ignore about this pagination query. So these are the four operation or five operation we are performing in this code, and we follow the proper coding standard by taking the input as a DTO, and then while passing it to the service, we are converting it to the entity by our mapper class. Okay, so in mapper class we are just converting DTO to employee entity, and if you go and check in the service, we are directly playing with the entity object, and from the controller we are playing with the DTO object. I mean, here we have something called mapper implementation as well to convert DTO to entity and play with it. And also I have written the test case for all the scenario. This is what the test case I have written. Save employee, then find the employee by ID, then employee return absent. I mean, both positive and negative test scenario I have written here. Okay, so I will share this code with you. I will share the GitHub link in video description. You guys can refer this. I mean, many times we have covered how to write the test case for your Spring Boot application. This is what the same approach I have followed to write the test case. Okay, now the first step you need to do to play with the AppMap to generate the sequence diagram or to record the flow of your API. First you need to add the plugin. Okay, so to add the plugin, click on these settings, then you can see here plugins. Now go to the marketplace, search for the plugin called AppMap, and you can find this plugin here, right? Click on install, then simply restart your ID. So once you restart your ID, you can see this AppMap icon top bar here. Okay, in the right corner you will find this particular AppMap icon. Now if you want to generate the partial sequence diagram, what you can do, go to your test class and just run your test class with the AppMap. So you can find the option. Okay, start employee controller IMPL test with AppMap. Just click on this. It will run your test case and you will get the result. So it might take few seconds. Let's wait it to complete. You can see here total test case count is 10 out of 10. All are succeed here. Okay, now in the right side you can find one navigation bar. Okay, so just click on this, and if you will drag it down, you can see here AppMap generates something for you. Okay, I mean all the 10 test case what we have ran just now, it generates the sequence diagram for individual test case. Let's say I just want to check for this save employee. Okay, just double click on it. It will load the sequence diagram for you. Okay, let me show you that. Let me zoom this. The API it hit from the server side is this one. Can I zoom this? No. So it hit this particular API /API/employee. This is the post request, and you can see here the method name is test save. Internally it called the post API employee of the class. It is mentioned here. Okay, and then what are the field we are setting here, and then next the flow is going to the, I mean it's just converting to the DTO, and since we are not interacting with the DB, we are mocking it. There is no DB interaction in this flow diagram. What is there in dependency map? Let's verify. From the controller IMPL, it is the post call to employee DTO. Since we have mocked the DAO layer, we are not able to get the proper sequence diagram. Okay, so check on the trace view, nothing is there. Okay, so to generate the proper sequence diagram or to record the flow of your API, what you can do, the simple step is just go to this AppMap icon. There is something you will find. Go to the quick start, and there is something you will find record AppMap. Okay, now we'll use this feature of record AppMap. So here you can see one record icon. Just click on this, but before that first start your server. You can either start with your normal approach or you can start with the AppMap approach. I mean start with AppMap or start with your normal approach. Okay, so let me start with AppMap. Once the application will start, we'll just start recording the API flow. We'll hit from the postman, and whatever the API will hit from the postman will be, the flow will be recorded by this AppMap. Okay, we'll verify that right away once the server will up. So you can see here application started on port 8080. Now we need to record our API flow through this AppMap. So for that, what we can do, click on this record icon and give your remote URL what you want to access. So you want to access HTTP localhost 8080. Okay, now click on the start recording. That's it. You can see here recording has started at this particular host and port. Now simply go to the postman. Before that, what I want to verify, what is the input we are giving? ID, name, department and salary. So just go to the postman. ID will be auto generated. Name, department and salary. Let's say name is Basant. Department, let's say dev. Salary, let it be. Now click on send the request. We got the result. Okay, let me add another user. Santosh. Let it be dev. I'll change it to the 10. So 2 times we hit the post API to save the record. Now I just want to fetch all the record. Okay, so I'll just change the URL, HTTP method, send the request. If you'll see here, there are 2 records. So we have tried post and get. Now I'll just delete one object. Okay, so I'll just delete employee 1, and that's it, right? So okay, this is the employee 2, right? I'll change it to the employee 2, send the request. The record got deleted. So we hit the post twice and get and delete. Now we'll see whether these 3 HTTP method what we have tried is recorded or not. Now just go here, go to your IntelliJ IDEA. Now click on stop recording. Okay, and the flow will be generated in this particular folder. Make sure don't change this path. Okay, click on stop recording, give your name anything, let's say employee flow, stop recording, and it generated here. Okay, let me maximize that. Can you see here, we hit a post request and we give these are the input. Okay, these are the DTO we have given. Then input is converted to the entity. You can see here how much times it took to perform the conversion, 0.36 millisecond. And then these are the value. We use the mapper to map the value. Okay, then you can see here request went to the IMPL. From the IMPL it went to the DAO, and this is the query it generated. Can you see here the highlighted position? Insert into employee ID, department name and salary. I mean the entire flow, and each flow is taking how much time and what is the query it generating behind the scene. Everything will be captured as part of your sequence diagram. This is for the one API. So we tried this post API twice, right? So you'll find another section called post, and the status code, the return status code is 201. And again the flow is same. This is the DTO, it convert to the entity, then it take the help from the mapper, it went to the IMPL, then it fired the query from the DAO. Okay, and total time it took 0.171 millisecond. Now if you scroll down, next we did the get call, right? In get call, the method it called from the DV is find all, and then again it convert to the DTO while giving the response back, and this is what the query it fire. Select employee. I mean this is the dynamic query generated by the JPA, but this AppMap plugin is smart enough to capture it. You can see here the left section, the query part. Okay, next we do the delete. Delete by ID method call. It took this much time, and internally it first fetch the record, then it delete, and it call the JPA method delete by ID. Okay, so these are the three API we have tried, and all the three API is captured in this sequence diagram. Now if you'll check the dependency map, can I zoom this? Okay, this is the maximum. Okay, so even it's not visible to me. HTTP server request went to the controller IMPL, then from the controller IMPL it went to the service, from the service it went to the DV, and then also it introduce or it interact with the mapper, and it convert to the from DTO to employee entity. Okay, this is the high level flow to just capture the flow of your application. But for the sequence diagram, you need to click on the second tab, that is sequence diagram, and there is something called trace view. What it is saying, post API call, then get delete. Okay, so I mean again this is the graphical view of your each layer. So I'm unable to zoom this, it might be problem in my ID. Okay, so you can give a try with these features, these three tab: dependency map, sequence diagram and trace view. So sequence diagram is what something I found really interesting, which will help us to document the API flow with the sequence diagram, so that a beginner also can understand, okay, these are the layers and this is how my API flow interact with each layer and giving the response back. Okay, so if you clear the section, this is what something the high level documentation. This is what the three API you have trigger, and these are the classes it got interact, and these are the function it internally hit to give you the result, and these are the SQL query generated when we verify our these three flow or these three HTTP method. Okay, also whatever the flow we have generated, whether it is from the JUnit test or from the record approach, you can find them inside your target folder. Go to your project, expand your target, you can find a section called AppMap. Just open it. These are the flow is being generated through your JUnit. Okay, you can open each and every JSON to verify it, and the remote debugging or the remote flow what we have generated is this one, employee flow.appmap.json. Both are the same flow. Okay, so you no need to keep a reference of this flow manually. It will be available by default with your target folder. And if you observe, once you run your application using the AppMap, it will generate one appmap.yml file where it will cover what all the classes it includes to generate your flow or to generate your sequence diagram. Okay, now just go back to your flow, minimize everything. Like this you can achieve n number of feature. When I say n number of feature, you can find all the feature here. So runtime analysis, generate open API and other feature mentioned in their official page. You can find out the product. I mean, you can give it a try. Okay, so do let me know in a comment section if you guys want me to explore the other feature. That's all about this particular video, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Meet you soon with a new concept.